Fans, ich bin Sammy Steiger, Pitcher der deutschen Nationalmannschaft. Vielen Dank für eure Unterstützung und teilt und liked weiterhin alle Beiträge des Fanclubs Baseball Deutschlands. Und nicht vergessen, wir leben Baseball.
Welcome to Bonn. Welcome to Bonn, Bonn Capitals baseball. If you're looking into the outfield right now, or if you remember the game from yesterday, we have a new number in the outfield, number 7. And that's for Max Schmidt. And we had a nice celebration yesterday of his contributions. And we have a video that we want to start right off the top. And we'll play that now.
Hey Max, I want to say congratulations on your retirement from baseball. I had the good fortune of coaching Max not only with the German senior national team, but also Georgia State University team as well. Class person, great family, baseball player. You've had a good one, Max. I hope you enjoy your retirement. But I'm pretty sure you'll continue in baseball and be a great coach and manager. Hopefully take some of the things that we learned together during our time together and continue the great tradition of German baseball. All right, Max, congratulations and good luck.
Hey, Max, congratulations on your jersey retirement. You deserve it. You deserve all the success that you have earned thus far. I wish you continued success in this season and beyond, but especially in this season. Yeah, go ahead and win the championship again, man. Why not? I love you and peace.
Yo, Schmitzebub, herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Retiring deiner Nummer. Mehr als verdient. Ich glaube, kaum jemand hat die Bonn Capitals über die letzten 15 Jahre so geprägt wie du. Nicht nur mit super Fastballs, sondern auch mit deinem ganzen Einsatz für den Verein und alles. Also mega nice. Mega verdient. Ich dachte, ich filme das hier mal aus einer Perspektive, aus der du mich eher selten siehst und ich dich immer sehe. Also siehst du mich mal von unten und hier auch von oben nach unten. Alles Gute, mega nice. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, hau rein, bis bald, ciao.
Stiggy, mein Bester, ich habe gehört, dass dir heute die Ehre erwiesen wird, dass deine Nummer retired wird. Dafür wünsche ich dir alles Gute. Well deserved, sage ich nur. Macht weiter so und holt die Meisterschaft nach Hause. Go Capitals!
Mein lieber Max, nur die besten Glückwünsche von meiner Seite zum Retirement der Nummer 7. Deine Verbundenheit zum Verein ist nicht einzigartig, aber definitiv großartig. Und es ist mehr als verdient, dass deine Nummer künftig neben Tommy BJ und Mirko auch am Zaun hängen wird. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Hallo Max, zu deinem besonderen Tag. Ich wollte dir nochmal Danke sagen und es war einfach schön mit dir zu arbeiten. Es war unglaublich und ich wäre froh, wir hätten noch 10 Jungs wie dich gehabt, dann wären wir sehr erfolgreich gewesen. Ich kann mich erinnern, dass wir einmal mit dem Rogero war ich im Dogout gesessen und er hat gesagt, so ein Curveball hat er in Europa noch nie gesehen und hat gesagt, du kannst sogar dem Hitter sagen, jetzt kommt der Curveball und er wird trotzdem den treffen. Und ich wünsche dir alles Gute und wenn du hier in meine Richtung kommst, hoffe ich, dass wir uns sehen und alles Gute an deine Familie und wir sehen uns. Ciao, mein Lieber.
Lieber Max, Jürgen hier, hör mal, ich wünsche dir alles Gute zu deinem Retirement-Gedöns da. Bin froh, dass ich lange Jahre dein Idol und Mentor sein durfte und dass dich das zu dem Kern gemacht hat, der du jetzt bist. Bleib gesund. Wir sehen uns.
Moin Kern, herzlichen Glückwunsch zu deinem Baseball-Ruhestand. Ich bin froh und stolz, dass ich 17 Jahre lang mit dir auf dem Platz stehen durfte, von den Schülern bis zur Meisterschaft 2018. Bleib wie du bist und auf mindestens 17 weitere Jahre neben dem Platz.
Hey Max.
And welcome back to the banks of the Rhine for the second in the best of 3 semifinals contest between your Bonn Capitals and Paderborn Untouchables. My name is Brent Kerrigan, and I'm happy to be here in the booth with Angela Backman, Max Paulus, and Fabian Thiesing, who will be bringing you the game for today. Now, if you're just tuning in and you were catching the tail end of that video, we have the number 7 out on the the field fence. And that, of course, is for Max Schmitz, whose number was retired yesterday. So a great video, really nice job by the production team up here to put that together. And congratulations, of course, to Max Schmitz on a really nice accomplishment. And, of course, he's looking forward to the game today as well. Bonn won the first game yesterday of this semifinal series 8-4 on the back of a strong pitching performance by Sasha Koch and his 10 strikeouts, as well as some great hitting as usual. We'll get into all of that. So Bonn will be looking to finish off the Untouchables today, but they're facing Angel Duno, the excellent pitcher from Paderborn, who has a record of 4-1 with an ERA of 2.31 and, get this, a combined 52 strikeouts between the regular season and the playoffs. Bonn counters with Marcus Jensen on the hill, coming off a victory against the Dornwald Farmers a week ago. If Bonn wins it today in this first game, they move on to the final. That's it. But if Paderborn wins, we play a tiebreaker right after this one. So, settle in for a great day of baseball. I see the managers out talking to the umpires, exchanging the scorecards. Let's get to the lineups, and we'll start with your visiting team, the Paderborn Untouchables. It's pretty much the same lineup as we saw yesterday, save for the pitcher, of course. Jose Martinez will start off. He's in the shortstop position. Marco Cardoso will be the second hitter. He is playing second base. Phildrick Llewellyn's batting third. He plays center field. Cleanup hitter is Christian Byers. He's at third base. Maurice Bendrian is the catcher. Finn Bergman, he had a couple good hits yesterday. I believe it was 3 hits that he had, and he's playing the number 3 position at first base. Luca Rammelman also had a couple of hits yesterday. He's the DH. Number 8 hitter, Ian Eberhardt. He's in left field. And to round things out, Björn Reinhardt. He's playing right field. Now, on the mound for the Bonn Capitals is Marcus Jensen. We saw him last week against the Dornwald Farmers. He did a very respectable performance. He's got a total of 24 innings pitched this year, and he's got 22 strikeouts. So he is looking to build on all of those numbers as well. And as Bonn takes the field, we hear the fans in attendance giving him a good round of applause, hear a little cowbell encouraging them on, and we all look pretty set to go. Why don't we take a look at the Bonn Capitals lineup? Again, if you watched yesterday's game, or you were here in the audience yesterday, coming off his Player of the Week honors from last week, he is at the shortstop position leading off. Number 45, Joe Vittig is second. He is playing third base. Number 5, Vinny Aarons, he's behind the plate as usual. Terrell Joyce, he's wearing number 6, and he's playing center field. Daniel Lamb Hunt, you know him. He's playing at first base. He wears number 15. Number 21, Wilson Lee, he's in left. Danny Langhorst, wearing number 37, he's in right. Nick Michelli, your DH, wearing number 19. And round things out, number 42, Eddie Stromo. He is at second base. So, Angela, I was here yesterday. You were here yesterday. We watched a very interesting game. What are your thoughts coming into today's game? We've got, of course, a different pitcher for Paderborn, a very strong pitcher.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference today. We have to see how Marcus Jensen performs, because Sasha Koch's performance yesterday as Bonn's pitcher was very, very good, very strong. And we know that with Angel Duno, Paderborn has a very, very strong pitcher on the mound. So it might be a pitcher's duel today. So let's see how the Bonn offense or the Paderborn offense can handle those pitchers.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be something to watch. As we said, Bonn is looking to finish things off. If they win this game, that's it. Of course, if Paderborn wins, we'll play a game right after this one. So stepping in to the box is number 3, Jose Martinez for the Untouchables, the shortstop. And he starts off with a strike. Now, Martinez yesterday, he had 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit, and that's about it. He came around to score. He's got a grounder down to Joe Vittig at third base onto first, and just like that, 1 down. And that'll bring up number 2 hitter Marco Cardoso. Cardoso's got a .414 average, measuring the regular season and the playoffs. He went 3 for 4 yesterday. Interesting note about yesterday's game. Paderborn left 12 runners on base. And that seems like a high number as a strike comes in. Until you look at Bonn.
Yes, absolutely.
19 left on base.
Yeah, we had several times bases loaded or 2 runners on base, and we couldn't bring them home. So
that's right. So despite, the winning by a score of 8-2 yesterday, it could have been far, far worse. Or better, depending on your perspective. And a hard hit out to shortstop. Brink scoops that up and on to first, and we've got 2 down. So Jensen got some strong defense off the top right behind him. And, of course, we were talking about that yesterday. There were some inconsistencies. Let's put that in the first series against Doran. And Bonn, according to, of course, Max Schmitz, is looking to clean that up a little bit in this series. So we start off with 2 good plays in the infield. Phildrick Llewellyn, he's your center fielder for the Untouchables. He's batting third with an average of .418. He was he was totally left off the bases yesterday. He went 0 for 4. It's not like him. He's a pretty good hitter. Fooled on that one, though. That comes in for a strike. Bit of an off-speed pitch there, it looked like. That is low. So the wind is blowing towards center right. It's swirling around a bit. Yesterday, somewhat the same. It's overcast here. And a hard hit down to third and on to first. Just like that.
3 times, up. All the same.
3 up, 3 down here in Bonn. We'll be back for the bottom of the first here on Caps TV. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Bonn for the bottom of the first inning where the score is 0-0. And stepping To the plate is the very hot-hitting Eric Brink to lead things off. He's your shortstop today, as he always is. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. He had a home run. That was just over the center field fence via the glove of the center fielder, Llewellyn, as in he thought he had it, bounced out over the fence. At least that's what our view was up here. Swing and a miss, but excellent hit to the deepest part of the park. If he launches one up in that area right now where he did yesterday, that wind is going to take it out. It's blowing a little stronger out here now. So he's got a 1.538 slugging percentage in the playoffs. Brink does, and as we mentioned, he was the player of the week last week for the whole Bundesliga. Foul back. 1-2 remains the count. Fans coming in. Looks like we've got good crowd today. Pitch on the way. And that's low. So Brink had 2 hits yesterday, as I was mentioning, with a home run. One of those hits was a double, and he had 3 RBIs. Not a bad way to go about in the game. Sort of a Canadian saying there.
So from 0-2 to a full count.
Dropper foul. We saw a lot of foul balls in yesterday's game. And a lot of them were real tight on the line as well. Had to get a fresh supply maybe last night, Angela.
Yes. Our ball keeper is always keen to get enough balls together. So
yeah.
So I think he started yesterday with the walk, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, in fact, he did start yesterday with a walk. So he's on. And Joe Wittig is at the plate. He's playing third base today.
I really like that Joe Wittig adjusted his defensive throws from last week.
Indeed.
Because he did, to be honest, horrible last week. But yesterday and today so far, he's doing good.
Pitch on the way. Oh, and right back up the middle. Just missed the pitcher, but through for a base hit. And on to third is Brink, and the center fielder bobbles the ball. That's Llewellyn out there in center. But Brink stays at third. And just like that, runners on the corners for Bonn. And that'll bring to the plate Vinny Ahrens.
Now Vinny. I had a little chat with Vinny before the game. Yes.
Little motivational chat?
Yeah, I mean, I said, Vinny, today it's going. Something will be going. So.
Good.
He smiled at me and nodded, so.
That counts as a good reaction. So he's batting .356 combined playoffs and regular season. That's his average. And he's got a bit of an offer going on, but every game's a new game. Swing and miss. Brink at third. Wittig on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. No score. The crowd's into it already. They want some action early on. Juno sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Ahrens, of course, had the great throw to pick off untouchable in yesterday's game at first base. Oh, and hits the pitcher, Duno, on the leg with a shot right back up in the middle. Tags Aaron, he's out, but Duno, a run comes in to score, by the way, but more importantly, the player on the field, Duno, is down with an injury. It really hit him hard. So, coaches, trainers come out to take a look at him, and that's scary when that happens, of course. And that was the second ball in a row to go right back up the middle. The one that Wittig hit also just went over his head, and this one gets him right on the right leg.
They should bring a cool pack. Yeah, they do. Oh, Terrell Joyce already ran and get a cool pack. So
Like it's like they
although
need
he's hitting next, he ran over.
get a cooler of ice, perhaps. That's gonna leave a marker, even worse.
Oh, the Bonn Capitals team doctor, who is
Yeah.
visiting today, just runs over. He's not here every game day, but today he's here.
Well,
So
a good day for him to be here.
yeah.
Everybody's sort of gathering around, hoping for the best. So on that play, just to recap, Vinny Aarons is the one hit that ball. He was tagged out on his way to first, so he's out. There's one out. The run from third base, that was Brank. He scores, so the score is 1-0. Vidig is,
He's on second.
he's
yeah.
on second. Okay.
Yeah, but he didn't recognize that there is already somebody.
So as they work on him, perhaps we take a little break here, and we will find out what happens, and we will get back to you.
Yeah, I will show you some commercials in the meantime.
All right. We'll be right back when
Bye-bye.
play resumes.
Ich glaube, wir müssen von Spiel zu Spiel schauen. Ich glaube, wir werden uns von Spiel zu Spiel steigern.
Nächstes Spiel angreifen. Wir haben noch ein Riesenspiel, das ist erstmal wieder am Freitag vor der Brust.
Es ist am Samstag ein schweres Spiel.
Und Sonntag geht's weiter.
Es ist nur ein Spiel. Was danach kommt, das wird man sehen.
Egal, was danach kommt, wir zeigen es live. Mit allen Spielen der dritten Liga, der Penny DEL und der Easy Credit BBL. Nur bei Magenta Sport.
Ja, ich glaube, wir müssen von Spiel zu Spiel schauen. Ich glaube, wir werden uns von Spiel zu Spiel steigern.
Ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schütz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schütz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps! Das ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause eine richtig schön...
Welcome back to Bonn after this lengthy break where Angel Duno is now out of the game after taking a pitch off the shin bone from Vinny Ahrens. And so we're waiting for the
yeah, you know,
pitcher.
They tried some treatment. Of course, they did everything to bring him back into the game because this is, of course, a big loss for Paderborn, losing their starting pitcher in the first inning. So they tried it. So the Bonn physiotherapist and medical doctor, they tried everything to loosen him up, but obviously he cannot really walk. So
yes, no, he's. We saw him limping off the field. That is obviously very, very painful. And so we're trying to get the game resumed as well. The umpires are as quickly as possible. But of course, the relief pitcher still needs to warm up. Now on waiting is Terrell Joyce. He's the next batter. Just to sort of recap what has happened here before the injury. Eric Brink walked, went to third base on a single by Joe Fittig. So with runners on the corners, Vinny Ahrens sent one off the shin of the pitcher, Duno. They tagged him out on his way to first base. As a result of that, the run scored. Eric Brink scored, and Wittig is at second base. That's where things stand. So it's 1-0 for Bonn. So still a lot of baseball left to be played today. Of course, as we were saying earlier, if Bonn can win this game, this first game, then they are going to be done. They'll be moving on to the finals. And we assume, well, we can't assume who the team they will face will be. We usually think it's Heidenheim. That would be our best guess.
Heidenheim leads 2-1 in that series. Yep. They are playing parallel to our game here, their fourth game. Regensburg and Heidenheim, it's 0-0. It's 0-0 right now, but they are also just at the beginning of the game. It's important. Two things are important for us if it's Heidenheim or Regensburg, because if it's Heidenheim, then we first play. It's a best of 5 series in the finals when we reach the finals. For both teams, best of 5. If Bonn reaches the finals and Heidenheim reaches the finals, then we first play in Heidenheim.
Okay.
So we have the game 3-5 here in Bonn. But if we play Regensburg, then it's first here in Bonn. So our home games are first then, 2 games. This is the regulations of the German Federation telling that if the first seeded from both leagues, North and South, both qualify, then in uneven years, home games are first in the South.
Yeah.
So
furiously taking notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it makes a difference for Bonn when we will be playing at home. So.
Sure. And as Sandra was saying, we're looking at the score here, and it's top of the first inning, only between Regensburg and Heidenheim. It's 0-0. There are a few other games happening, less influential on what will happen to Bonn's future or the Untouchables' future. Dortmund and Solingen are playing, and Dortmund's leading that 3-1, and that's in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Berlin and
now the
Cologne.
umpire goes over because it lasts a little long now for the pitcher to warm up. So Christoph Feuerecker is going over and ask, okay, why are you not coming?
Maybe they're drafting a new player.
I would assume it might be Florian Seidel. I would not have anybody else in mind who could start that early of a game.
Yeah, right. And yesterday we had Harrison pitching. Yeah, so Patrick Harrison yesterday. 4.1 innings pitched, 8 hits off of him, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 home runs off of him. So he had a bit of a rough start. He was followed up by Matt Kemp. He went a couple of innings, 2 strikeouts. And he was followed by Gubert. He had 2 innings as well, gave up a hit, and 4 strikeouts. So we continue to wait for the player to come. the pitcher to come, I should say. You see Bonn players down there doing their stretches. This is also hard.
I said that might be Florian Seidel. Maybe you can watch your statistics from yesterday. Yes, it is Florian Seidel.
So
Florian Seidel, yeah.
Florian Seidel is coming into the game to pitch for the Untouchables. Now his record, he's got 22 innings pitched on the year. 22 hits, 9 runs against, 9 earned runs, 6 walks, 20 strikeouts, and his ERA is 3.67. And we should mention he's got a perfect 3-0 record. So Seidel is no slouch, the guy coming in. And we saw him, I believe, earlier on in this year, Angela, no?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I think he started the first game against us, so.
Yeah. And if I recall, Bonn hit him rather well in that first game.
I think we won 9-3 or something like that. I mean, of course, I could check, but I think it's 9-3.
Now, as we're waiting for the pitcher to warm up, Angela's favorite feature this day in baseball history. She always loves this one. In 1998, this is a little more modern. This isn't from the 30s, Angela. 1998, Kansas City Royals steal 8 bases, including 4 swipes by infielder Jose Offerman to tie a team record for stolen bases during a 9-5 victory over the Orioles. Johnny Damon, Larry Sutton, Jeff King, and Mendy Lopez, love that name, Mendy Lopez, also contribute to the thievery on the base path. So that's your day in baseball history. Maybe if you're at a cocktail party later on tonight, you can run that one out.
I was just checking our first game against Paderborn, which we won 8-3 with Florian Seidel starting pitcher. He had 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs against us in that game. So he was only on the mound for 3 innings.
Okay.
We have Terrell Joyce now.
Terrell Joyce. Now we are ready to go again. At second base is Joe Fittig. There is 1 out. The score is 1-0 for Bonn. That pitch comes in low by new pitcher Seidel. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, this is a break for Bonn.
And it's a break for Paderborn.
Yeah, and
so,
hopefully not a physical break on the leg. I mean, let's not carry that metaphor too far.
But no, it's really bitter for Paderborn because they came in with a lot of expectations into this game.
Indeed, so a blow for them for sure. We got Dancing Vidig out at second base again. He's well known for
his dances, especially at second base.
They are quite good. Seidel now watches him out at second, wondering what dance that is. That salsa merengue. That's fouled down third baseline. 1-2 is the count. 1 out. So, yeah, Duno exits the game with that injury, along with his 52 strikeouts. Bonn did get 2 hits off him, mind you. And a big hit, but a snag by the third baseman, throw back to second, and they they touch the bag and force out Vidig. So that ends the inning. After that long wait, quick 2 outs there. And the score is 1-0 for Bonn as we head to the top of the second. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back.
Go on, guys.
Let's move on. Welcome back to the game. Top of the second inning. And to the plate is Christian Byers. He is the third baseman for the Untouchables with Jensen on the hill still. Now, Jensen, as I was just about to say, maybe he's a little rusty after that long wait, but then he fires in a strike. 0-1 is the count. Swing and a wow, he threw some heat on that one. Swing and a miss. Byers 308 average. He's from South Africa. He's went 0 for 4 yesterday. And a dribbler, but foul. 0-2 is the count. I'm going to have to really look for some better material now, Angela. I've used up this day in baseball.
If what?
I'm going to have to look for some better material now. Yeah. I've used up this day in baseball.
Yeah, okay.
Your favorite segment.
Yeah, great.
A foul back.
That's all? That was all?
It's a Sunday. I didn't have that much time.
I can ask you a question about the Champions Cup.
The Champions Cup, okay. Oh,
Champions
dear.
Cup trivia.
Do you have any MLB
there
trivia?
Were 3 teams from Germany who reached the finals of the European Champions Cup. Who was it?
Bonn, Heidenheim, and Regensburg.
Wrong.
Damn it.
Completely wrong.
I said Hamburg and Mannheim and Bonn.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I said. You just didn't hear me.
Mannheim, Heidenheim, and Bonn.
Mannheim, Heidenheim, and Bonn. At this game, Christian Byers sends it down to third base. Wittig on to first. Oh, right on the money.
Nice throw.
Look at Wittig today.
He's up there.
You got it. That was a very nice play by Wittig at third base. And he gets the leadoff batter. That'll bring up Maurice Bendrian. Bendrian is your catcher for the Paderborn Untouchables, and he's batting .291 in the season. Also, a big donut for yesterday, 0 for 4. But also, don't sleep on these guys. They are, there's a lot of good hitters on this team.
Yeah, they are dangerous anytime, so.
Jensen's looking good out there early on. The break didn't seem to affect him yet, anyway. If so, and there's another strike, for example. Sometimes, mentally you're into the game and you're warmed up and you've got the inning under your belt, and then you've got to sit, and the strike, and then Bendrian did not agree with that call. Having a little chat with the music man behind the plate. Kevin Musish is the umpire. But he failed to change his mind, and that's usually the case when players argue balls and strikes. 0-2 is the count. Outside. 1-2. Jensen looks in at Aarons. Sets. That ball's high. So from an 0-2 count, now he fights back, make it 2-2. Bonn wearing their white home uniforms today. Untouchables in black. Fouled off into the field behind us. Now in yesterday's game, due to the way things are set up, the Untouchables were the home team. Today, Bonn is the home team on the same field.
And this is why Bonn wears white today and Paderborn wears black.
Indeed. Big hit out into left field. But
easy take for Wilson Lee.
Wilson Lee's grab. 2 out. Oh, he makes it look good out there. Nice and smooth. Finn Bergman now is the batter. And Bergman did have a good game yesterday.
Yeah,
he went
absolutely.
3 for 4 yesterday with 3 singles. So we'll see if he keeps that momentum going. He's wearing lucky number 13. Maybe it's of some value. High, pop up. Daniel Lamb Hunt camps under it. First base, grabs it. That's your inning. Or a half inning. We go to the bottom of the second now, where the score is 1-0 Capitals. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to Bonn, where I was reminiscing about the good old days, about how parents should do things and shouldn't do things, and showing my age. Anyway, here in Bonn, it's 1-0 for your Capitals over the Untouchables here in the bottom of the second inning. And to lead things off is Daniel Lamb Hunt, who's also having himself a series. He's batting .500 now. That's combined season and playoff total. As Seidel, who replaced all of a sudden Angel
Dulo.
Thank you. All of a sudden the name escaped me. It's Sunday morning, sorry. He throws in a ball, so the count is 1-1.
Yeah, and Daniel Lamb Hunt, so far in 3 playoff games, he had 9 hits. So
it's incredible. Yesterday, 2 for 4. Sure, he hails from the United States.
He's from New Zealand.
You're right. My goodness.
But he's a baseball German, what we call a baseball German. He lived so long in Germany. No, it's really true. He's lived so long in Germany that it's allowed that he plays on that team without taking a foreigner spot.
Right.
And that one looks like
I think he's got
too
that
short.
one.
Too
Yep.
short.
So Ray Fielder takes that, and we've got one down now. That retires Lamb Hunt, and Wilson Lee, who took a fly ball out in left field, is now at the plate. Number 21. Batting .349. This is average. He's pitched a few games as well. 5.63 average, just in case you needed to know that.
Yeah, he had this 3-run home run yesterday to lead things off for the 3-0 for Bonn.
Beautiful shot. And the crowd gives him a hand, urging him on. He takes a strike there. 1-1 to even the count. MVP from last year. Chopper, he's going to have to hurry, the third baseman is. Throws it on to first zone, makes the throw. And the catch is good, and that's 2 down now. Wilson Lee retired. Bringing up Danny Langhorst. Langhorst yesterday impressed me in the field. He's batting .250 on the season. He went 1 for 5 yesterday.
But his outfield performance is
Yeah.
always incredible. So
Really, really good out there. He really hustles. Struck out 3 times yesterday, so he's maybe looking to redeem himself at the plate a little bit. Crowd giving him some encouragement, but he fouls it off. 1-1. Heidenheim leading Regensburg now 1-0. That's in the top of the second. 1-2 now the count here to Lankhorst. Try and keep an eye on that score as we go along. And a hit into left. And it goes all the way to the fence. The left fielder couldn't get there. And into the second base goes Danny Lankhorst.
yeah, nice hit.
We're talking about the hitting earlier. He is out in front of things now in this game. That'll bring up Nick Michelli, the DH for today. Yeah, so a nice double by Lankhorst. He's at second base. DH Nick Michelli's hitting .350. Went 3 for 5 yesterday, so he had a very good game yesterday. The plate. You recall from yesterday, there's a strike in there. You recall from yesterday, if you were watching, that Bonn did quite well at the plate when they had 2 outs yesterday. So we'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah, they can prove that now.
Ooh, that snuck back into the strike zone. Curve back in. 0-2 count on Michelli. Good lead out there for Lankhorst. That's outside. Crowd getting into things. And a chopper just over the pitcher's head. Shortstop scoops it up, throws to first. And stays on the bag, so he's out, and that's 3 down. So with Michelli gone, we head to the top of the 3rd inning here in Bonn. It's 1-0 Capitals. We'll be right back on Caps TV.
Nächstes Spiel angreifen. Wir haben noch ein Riesenspiel jetzt erstmal wieder am Freitag vor der Brust.
Es ist am Samstag ein schweres Spiel.
Und Sonntag geht's weiter.
Es ist nur ein Spiel. Was danach kommt, das wird man sehen.
Egal, was danach kommt, wir zeigen es live. Mit allen Spielen der 3. Liga, der Penny DEL und der Easy Credit BBL. Nur bei Magenta Sport.
Der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schütz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schütz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps!
And welcome back to Bonn, where the score is 1-0 for the Capitals over the Untouchables. We are in the top of the third inning. And at the plate is Luca Ramomen. He went 2 for 4 yesterday, 2 singles. So not a lot of hits for the Untouchables yesterday, but he had 2 of them. He's wearing number 26. He's the DH. Marcus Jensen still on the hill for Bonn. And a hit. Over to Brank at shortstop, on to first. That's 1 down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bringing up Ian Eberhardt. Eberhardt struggled at the plate yesterday. Actually, the number 8 and number 9 hitters both struggled, going 0 for 4. Eberhardt's average is 179 on the season. And an attempted bunt. I mean, if you're 0 for 4 in a game, and to the next one, you want to make something happen, but he takes that for a strike. Asks for time. He has something in his eye. If you're just joining us, Angel Duno had to leave the game, the pitcher for Paderborn, due to taking a pitch off the shin. Florian Seidel replaced him as pitcher. And here we are in the top of the third, 1-0 Bonn. High pop-up foul. And it caught the end of the gazebo here that we're in. Must be a few dents on the top of that thing. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. It wasn't very close on that at bat, unfortunately, for Mr. Eberhardt, and that'll bring up Björn Reinhardt from Heart to Heart.
Wow.
Thank you.
Bjarne is his name. Bjarne Reinhardt.
Yeah, he plays right field. He's wearing number 39. Jensen working through the lineup quickly. And there's a bunt. Jensen grabs it barehanded, throws on to first base. He's got him.
Wow,
Lamb Hunt sticks
nice
on the
play.
bag.
Nice play by Jensen.
Very nice play. Showing some really good athleticism on that play. Anyway, we go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Bonn. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to Bonn, where the score is 1-0. Capitals over the Untouchables. Eddie Stummel at the plate. He's the number 9 hitter for Bonn. He's, of course, at second base. Bonn's got a couple hits. Paderborn's got no hits. No walks either. Jensen's pitching well. Florian Seidel on the hill. Throws a strike. Stummel's got a 2.19 average. Went 1 for 4 yesterday. 1-1 is the count. He's got 4 RBIs in the season. Swing and a miss. 1-2. A little update on that. It's still 1-0 Heidenheim over Regensburg. That's now in the bottom of the third. Wind blowing straight out to center field. And a hit to the second baseman. Snags it onto first. Bounces. Not in time. It gets past the first baseman. And the leadoff batter, Stummel, is on base. The second baseman had to come over to his right quite a ways to get that and just didn't make the turn in enough time to get it back. Bounces that in and missed by the first baseman. That'll flip the order over now to Eric Brank, who walked in his first at-bat. Still cloudy, somewhat overcast here. The sun's
Yeah, but if we are lucky, it was supposed to rain, and if we are lucky, it does not rain, which would be helpful.
Indeed. And that's a strike on Brank. I think the last time I looked, they expected 40% chance of rain around 5 o'clock. So if we are sticking with one game today, if Bonn Capitals pull it off, it's probably not a worry. But if there's a second game, then that may come into play. 0-2 now. Eric Brank finds himself in the hole. Stummel at first takes his lead. 1-0 Bonn, bottom of the third inning. And the pitch, inside and low. Swing, but just gets a piece of it to stay alive. 1-2 is the count. Brank, 19 RBIs on the season. 377 average. And he reaches and sends it into right, but the right fielder grabs it, throws it on to first, but stumbles back in time. So, one down, Brank retired with that fly out to right. That brings up Joe Vidic. He singled in his first at-bat and has a couple of good plays at third base today. Left-handed batter. Vinny Aaron's on deck, waiting his turn. That's low. And a swing and a chop out to short. Second base throws it on to second, then to first, double play, and that'll end the inning just like that. So we head to the top of the fourth here in Bonn. It's a tight one. Caps leading 1-0. We'll be right back on Caps TV. And welcome back to Bonn. It scores 1-0 Caps over the Untouchables in this game 2 of this semifinal series. Winner, if Bonn wins, they move on to the finals. If they lose this game, we see another game after this one. Right now, at the plate, it's a tight game. At the plate right now is Jose Martinez, top of the order. Jensen's pitching quite well. No walks, no hits so far as we enter the 4th. That was low. Jose Martinez went 1 for 4 yesterday. He's from Venezuela. He's got a 457 average, very strong hitter. He's got 21 hits in the season, 28 RBIs. Jensen delivers. Swing, he had him fooled on that one. Just got a tiny piece of it. Wind blowing out to center right. And he jams him on that one. Inside swing. Takes swings and misses on that. Jensen's really able to place the ball today, I've noticed, Angela.
Yeah. He looks pretty
Looking
good.
sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-2 is the count. Swing again. Fooled him on that one completely. And down goes Martinez on strikes.
But this is a performance of Jensen that, I mean, hopefully goes on today. But, I mean, if we reach the finals, this is what you need when you're playing one of the South teams, you know, so.
Indeed. Cardoso now at the plate. Cardoso is the second baseman. He grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. He's a good hitter again. 4.14 ER batting average on the season. And he went 3 for 4 yesterday. So strike on Cardoso. And a check swing. I think that went off the catcher, Aaron's. But everybody seems to be okay. Beautiful Sunday afternoon for baseball. Happy that if you're joining us at home, no matter where you are. That's a high foul ball. That's off into the stands. I know we've got people joining us from various parts of the world.
New Zealand, Australia, America.
Canada.
Germany.
Germany, too. That ball comes in low. Well, you've got some Canadian fans now. My parents tune in occasionally, as do my sisters.
So to be able to hear your voice?
Just to
be
be reminded
do you talk
of their
to them
long-lost
occasionally?
sibling. Well, with modern technology, we do a lot more texting than we do talking anymore, and I think we may not be the only ones in that situation. But hopefully in a couple of weeks, I will be seeing them live in Canada, if all things in Canada go according to plan. Chopper out to the Vidig at third.
Nice play again by Vidig. So
the third of such good plays by Vidig today at the hot corner. So 2 out. Philtrick Llewellyn is up. Llewellyn's got 418 average. Struggling a bit yesterday and today. Actually went 0 for 4 yesterday. He's hitless today. He grounded out to Vidig at third base in his first at-bat in the first. But again, you got to be careful with all these hitters.
absolutely.
Save the 8 and 9 batters at the end of the lineup. They're all they've all got strong averages. And a strike, and Llewellyn looks at the sky. He had a bit of that reaction his first at bat. No one won the count. And a single splits first and second base. Llewellyn finds himself with his first hit of the series, breaking that 0-5, and he's on. He's at first base, and that'll bring up Christian Byers. He grounded third base as well. Vittig's seen some work today. Handled it well. South African Byers got 308 average. He also went 0 for 4 yesterday. And that's a strike. Now we're talking about Canada, Angela, and things opening back up. I know I go on a lot about the Toronto Blue Jays, but it was interesting. They're now, only now, after 600 days later, playing in Toronto again. So things are opening up a bit.
So
there.
they haven't played there before?
They haven't played there in a couple of years. Yeah, because of Corona, they had to stay in the United States. Canada has got pretty tough border restrictions, as I found out myself, trying to get back to my own country. In any case, here in Bonn, Marcus Jensen sets and delivers a 1-1 count to the shortstop. Brank backhands it. He holds on to it, not thinking that he could make that throw to first. And he's probably right, because the player, Byers, speedy, is pretty much there by the time Brank got to it. But it was a nice snag, a nice backhand play there. So Paderborn's got something going on now with 2 out. Runners at first and second. Llewellyn's at second. Byers is at first. At the plate is Morris Bendrin. Bendrin, 291 average. 0 for 4 yesterday. I think I should stop saying 0 for 4 yesterday, because the last 2 times I said that, they got on. Of course, if you're listening and you're a Paderborn fan, maybe you don't mind that so much. But I'm guessing a lot of our listeners may be Capitals fans. So anyway, 1-0 is the count on Bendrin. He's your catcher for the Untouchables. And jammed a bit, but sends it shallow left field. In comes Wilson Lee. He's got it to end the inning. So threat extinguished. 1-0 Bonn as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on Caps TV. And welcome back to Bonn, where the score is 1-0 Capitals over the Untouchables. With the wind blowing out to right center, we find ourselves with Vinny Aarons at the plate, Angela.
And as you can see, he's a switch hitter, so he hits from the other side with the left-hand pitcher. So maybe that brings more luck for him.
Yeah, maybe it does. As Seidel is on the hill, and this is maybe a good point to remind viewers who are just tuning in that Angel Duno, who was in the game earlier, now replaced by Seidel. Vinny Aarons is the one that hit that ball off his shin, I'm sure, obviously not intentionally, and he had to leave the game, Duno did, and that's why Seidel is pitching now. 1-1 is count on Aarons. Terrell Joyce on deck with Lamb Hunt to follow. And a high foul. And if we get to him, Wilson Lee and Langhorst after that. So Bonn is experiencing some good pitching. Their own pitchers, that is. Sasha yesterday, Sasha Koch, and of course Marcus Jensen today, as we see another foul off to the right of us. And the count is 1-2. So Coach Schmidt has to be happy with that, Angela, to see these good performances by his pitchers as we get a little deeper into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this is, of course, very important. As you said, the deeper I am going into the playoffs, the more I have to rely on my pitchers. And so, especially my starting pitchers. I mean, we have a big bullpen. The Bonn Capitals have a large bullpen, but it's a lot is about your starting pitchers. So
that's right. We saw Sammy Steger come in yesterday. And that's where the 2 runs came from, if I recall. I think he was surprised as anybody to see that ball leave the park. That ball is a ball, and the count is 2-2. Oh, and a swing outside and misses that one. Aarons goes down on strikes, and that's 1 out. So he's clearly struggling a little bit at the plate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
he needs to push the reset button in the practice next week. So
yeah, for sure. And of course, this is baseball. Players go through peaks and valleys, and looking to get back on track now. It's very strong defensively, of course, behind the plate, as we've seen. And that ball to Terrell Joyce is outside, 1-0. Yeah, some days that baseball, as it comes in, looks like a beach ball, and other days it looks like a grain of sand. And a strong hit into center field by Joyce.
So much gone.
That's so gone, and just beyond the scoreboard. The center fielder, Llewellyn, barely even looked. He just turned and watched over his shoulder. So, beautiful hit by Terrell Joyce, and that one got out of here fast. He rounds third, gives the coach an elbow bump, and touches home plate. Fans enjoying that. 2-0 the score here in Bonn. So
such an easy swing, right?
It was very, very impressive. Out of the deepest part of the park. Now, the wind, we mentioned the wind earlier, but I wouldn't say it had too much of a role on that particular ball heading out. It's out in pretty much any park. So Lamb Hunt now, looking to do his part.
His internal race with Terrell Joyce is running.
Exactly. And he hits a pass to third baseman into left field. He rounds first, and he's going to stay there. There was not much of a chance for the third baseman to get to that. That was a hot shot under his glove. So Lamb Hunt sees and does. Bringing to the plate Wilson Lee. Grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat today. Wilson Lee's got a 3.49 average on the season with 23 hits. 1 for 5 yesterday with a nice home run. Wilson Lee sent his over the left field fence. Terrell Joyce just direct his center. Fans really into it now. And with that ball dropped by the catcher, Bendrian, on to second base goes Lamb Hunt. Bonn showing some life here in the bottom of the fourth. So Wilson Lee takes first base. Was that
an intentional walk?
That's an intentional walk.
But in the middle of a
interesting
batting, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
so.
I saw him. He was sort of looking around. I think he was as confused as anybody. So he was looking indeed into the Paderborn, the Untouchables dugout, where the coach must have been indicating that. Right. So he'll take that. We'll see how Danny Lankhorst responds to being the one they want to get to. He doubled in his last at bat, so we'll see. Which means that Daniel M. Hunt is at second, Wilson Lee is at first, Lankhorst at the plate. A lot of players use this as motivation. That pitch is outside. He's certainly not challenging him. Like he's the player he wanted to get to. 1-1 is the count. Lankhorst, number 7 hitter in the lineup. Takes that for a strike. That caught the corner. 1-2 now. Lankhorst is in the hole. Lamb Hunt at second, Lee on first. Swing and a miss. The catcher drops the ball, irregardless. 2 out now with that strikeout. And that'll bring to the plate Nick Michelli. So the strategy pays off for Seidel in the intentional walk to Lee so far. But Michelli had a pretty good game yesterday. He hit very well. He's got 350 average on the season. He went 3 for 5 yesterday, so.
Yeah, but he still is waiting for his hit today, so.
Indeed. Throw back to first base, and they got him at first base. Wilson Lee caught napping a bit at first base, and that'll end the inning. 2-0 is the score here in Bonn. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to the game. 2-0 Bonn over the Untouchables. It's a tight one here. And Bonn just leaving 2 runners on. Wilson Lee getting picked off first base by Bedrian, who threw over. Got him napping a bit, but top of the 5th, new inning. Marcus Jensen still on the hill, pitching to Finn Bergman, and he throws a strike. Bergman in his first at-bat flew out to the first baseman, Daniel M. Hunt. And
good pitch.
Yeah, looked good. The umpire decided that was not a strike, though, and the count is 1-1. Tough play for Bonn to lose some momentum that last inning. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Bergman.
No, it's
not.
not.
Sorry.
1 and 2.
I'm getting ahead of myself. 1 and 2 is the count.
But Bergman is already disappointed, so.
Yeah. I was watching somebody in the crowd with the Boston Red Sox hat on, and it's like a red cape to a bull. You got to get rid of that thing. Foul back. Count is 1 and 2 strikes. And a check swing, but he didn't go around. 2 and 2. Jensen doing well today on the mound. He gave up a few hits in the last inning to Llewellyn and Byers, but a clean sheet other than that. Swing and a miss. Had him fooled on that. And that's 1 down as we head to the bottom of the order. Luca Ramomen is the batter now. Yeah, Bergman is not happy about that. Strikeout. Nobody ever is happy about striking out, but he really got fooled by Jensen on that last at-bat. Swing and a miss. Jensen just seems to be picking up heat as we go along. Oh, big score out of Regensburg. Heidenheim game. 8-1 for Regensburg in the bottom of the third.
8-1?
8-1.
Let me just check.
Interesting.
Wow. That's a high score.
A strike called here. 0-2. Yeah, he was just checking up to see where things stand, and all of a sudden there's this 8 flashing
Will
up
be
there.
today, definitely. Yeah, we can talk about. There are questions coming over in our chat. Whatever, it doesn't matter what the weather is today, and if we play a third game.
Let's just pause a second here as we see Brank throw on to first. That's 2 out. Go ahead, Angela.
It doesn't matter what happens if we play a third game when it rains. We have to finish this game today. So that means, let's assume we play a third game and it starts raining. Then we wait till the rain is over and put the lights on and play this game to the end. So it has to be finished today.
Lord, hear our prayer. No rain. That's good to know, Angela. That's important. And look, I mean, players can play through a lot, rain included, but as long as we don't see any lightning, we should be all right. Yeah, so if Bonn wants to get out of the rain, this may be some extra motivation. They better win this game. Foul back. Watch out, kids. Ian Eberhard at the plate. Struck out in his last at-bat. Jensen completely had him fooled in that at-bat, I recall. Check swing. Appeal down to first. First base umpire says, nah, he looked all right, but it was close. I recall a few games here, Angela, where they've played in the rain in conditions that may have canceled other games.
Yeah, but that's in German baseball because it's only a semi-professional league.
Sure.
So people go to work on Mondays.
That's
I mean,
right.
not just the spectators, also the players. So they cannot play on a Monday then. So
Nope, they're tough, these players. And a loud foul into left field.
what would I have said normally at this point? having
they
a
capitalized
no,
on
no,
something.
no. Having a ball to the left side of the foul area. My car!
Oh, the car. Yes, Angela's car. But you said you parked it somewhere else today.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Right field. No, that's the playground. Don't park it at the playground. Right beside the slide. 3-2, the full count here.
I just left it open so that the kids can play in it.
Exactly. 2 out, full count. And it's high.
He gets a walk.
And he walks Eberhard.
His first walk, I think.
It is his first walk, yes. And so, that'll bring up Björn Reinhardt, the right fielder. So, this is the batter who hit back to the pitcher Jensen, and Jensen barehanded that and threw it onto first in his last at-bat. That was a very nice play, very athletic play by Jensen. Ian Eberhard finds himself in a rare position at first base. Sorry, but he's also had a bit of a donut for the last couple of bats. 0-1 is the count on Reinhardt. Reinhardt's got a 159 average. Be the lowest on the team. He's got 7 hits on the season, 4 RBIs. Eberhard takes his lead at first. And a bunt. A 2-out bunt. Grabbed by Wittig onto first. Not in time, and it gets past Lamb Hunt and goes into right field. So Eberhard rounds third. He's coming. No, he's going to stay at third. And probably a smart decision as that ball comes back in. So the 8 and 9 hitters for Paderborn are now on base, second and third. Eberhard and Reinhardt on third and second, respectively. And that flips the order over, getting Jose Martinez to the plate. He struck out in his last at-bat. So Jensen has got to be careful here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Martinez is always good for a home run. So
to see a 2-out bunt is puzzling to me. On the other hand, when you're 0 for the last many, I suppose it makes sense. It worked in that case.
Because nobody was expecting
Nobody's expecting a bunt on 2 outs. Which is, as Angela says, exactly why they did it, I suppose. 0-1 is the count now to Jose Martinez. And it's worth the gamble. Jensen looks in at Aaron's. 2 on, runners at second and third for the Untouchables. And that pitch is inside, 1-1. If I'm to look at if I'm at the start of the game, and I'm guessing who gets on for the Untouchables, it's not the number 8, number 9 batters.
That's
but
true, yeah.
There they are.
Compared to yesterday, so.
That's right, that's just baseball. And a hit down to first base. Lamb Hunt grabs it, runs over to first, and for the second inning in a row, threat extinguished. And the score remains 2-0 Bonn as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Well,
He's magic.
welcome back to Bonn, where things are magic. 2-0 is the score for the Capitals over the Untouchables. And at the plate, we have Daniel Michelli.
Nick Michelli.
Nick Michelli, who's oh, and he gets hit on the head.
Good that they have
that
a
pitch.
helmet on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he tried to go away, but but the pitch still hit him.
I hope he's fine. He looks all right. Nobody wants to get hit on
So
the head.
kids, now you know why you have a helmet on
That's right.
while you're betting.
That's right. So, one on by hook or by crook. At first base, Bonn has a runner. Michelli looks fine. So that'll bring up Eddie Stummel. Seidel, 47 pitches. Well, it'd be 48 pitches in the game. 4 hits, 2 strikeouts so far. If you're wondering about Jensen, he's got 62 pitches today and 3 hits and 3 strikeouts. Stummel looks down to third base for the instructions. So Michelli, his bat was continued because Wilson Lee was picked off first base in the previous inning. He started fresh. And back to first. Back to first goes Michelli with that throw over, but nothing doing there. Bond's probably good to be thinking about getting some, insurance runs on the board at this point.
2-0 is nothing.
And Michelli goes, and the third baseman grabs it, throws on to first base, and doubles up Michelli. Not Michelli's fault at all. He was going on that play. The third baseman picked that almost off the dirt, threw it back to first, and that little rally is extinguished. So 2 out, flipping the order over now to Eric Brink. Eric Brink flew out to the right fielder and walked in the first inning. Takes a strike here. 377 average.
Yeah, waiting for his first hit today.
Yeah.
After
that one's inside. Two out, 2-0. Bottom of the fifth. Bond's bats heard a bit from them, but not as loud as they have been. We mentioned that today's game is probably going to be tighter. With Duno out, though, we thought perhaps that would open the floodgates a bit for Bonn, but it hasn't been the case as of yet.
I mean, Florian Zadel is also a starter, so...
And a big hit into left field, and it goes back. Yeah, it's gone.
Yes, our friend Eric Brank, he's the new home run hitter of Bonn, so...
Eric Brank eating his Wheaties in the last few weeks as the home run's coming fast and furious. The score.
He took his cereal seriously.
The score here in Bonn is 3-0 now as he comes home and touches home plate. Lands in the parking lot. All cars look to be fine. And Eric Brink continuing to show why he was Player of the Week last week. Joe Vittig now. Grounded into a double play in his last at-bat. Singled in his first. 8-2 the score in Regensburg. Regensburg over Heidenheim so far. It's top of the fourth.
So it was a strong third inning of Regensburg with 8 runs there. So and Heidenheim immediately changed their pitchers in the third inning. So
and a hard hit, but foul off the batting cage. Yeah, 8 runs will tend to get managers thinking about swapping their pitchers. Fitting. 1-2 count. That curve back into the zone, and that's a high pop-up. Looks to stay just into foul territory. Third baseman grabs it and ends the inning. but not before. Eric Brank sends one over the left field fence, and that's why Bonn is up 3-0. We'll be back on Caps TV.
Wir müssen von Spiel zu Spiel schauen. Ich glaube, wir werden uns von Spiel zu Spiel steigern.
Nächstes Spiel angreifen. Wir haben noch ein Riesenspiel, das ist erstmal wieder am Freitag vor der Brust.
Es ist am Samstag ein schweres Spiel.
Und Sonntag geht's weiter.
Es ist nur ein Spiel. Was danach kommt, das wird man sehen.
Egal, was danach kommt, wir zeigen es live. Mit allen Spielen der dritten Liga, der Penny DEL und der Easy Credit BBL. Nur bei Magenta Sport.
Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schütz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schütz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps! Das ist Mia. Mia hat zu Hause einen richtig schönen Designboden, der aber auch leider oberflächige Schäden und tiefe Kratzer aufweist. Dr. Schütz hat dafür die Lösung mit Produkten für die Reinigung und Pflege, wie das Designboden Pflegeset und um tiefe Kratzer zu beseitigen, das Scratch Fix Repair Set. Und damit Mia genau weiß, wie man ihre Böden zu Hause perfekt pflegt und schützt, gibt es unsere Tutorials auf dem Dr. Schütz YouTube-Channel. Für Mia und euch alle. Damit muss sich Mia nicht mehr um ihre Böden sorgen, sondern kann ganz beruhigt unsere Caps anfeuern. Go Caps! Das ist...
Welcome back to Bonn. Score 3-0 after that home run by Eric Brank. Marcus Jensen still on the mound. Marco Cardoso at the plate. Grounded out to the third baseman, Vidig. His last at-bat in the fourth. In the first inning, he grounded out to Brank at shortstop. 4.14 average on the season for Cardoso, and he swings and misses.
He had a home run yesterday, so he's always good for a home run, so Jensen better be careful.
That's right. That pitch goes into the dirt. Scooped up by Aarons. Jensen looking steady on the mound today. Bounces that one in too. 2-1 the count. Jensen sets and delivers. And that one the umpire says is low as well, and Jensen gives him a bit of a look. The umpire, that is. Swings and misses now. Full count on Cardoso. He'll be followed by Llewellyn, who had a single in his last at-bat, and Byers, who also had one. And a foul back. That back continues. Yeah, hopefully the numbers stay good with respect to the coronavirus incident rate here in Bonn. Get some if we have the next round, of course. Get as many fans in as possible. And there's a hit into right field. Lankhorst grabs it. No problem.
Yeah, not far enough.
Nope. One out, one down, and that'll bring up Llewellyn. Cardoso struggled a bit at the plate, except for that home run yesterday that he hit. Hasn't really made his presence known at the plate. Llewellyn, though, has a single in his last at-bat, but grounded out to third baseman Vidig before that. I won't be here if there is a game next week. I'm not sure who will be, but I'll be being hassled by the Canadian border authorities, I'm
So
sure.
when are you leaving?
I'm leaving next Saturday morning.
Okay. Hopefully, hoping that they let you in.
I'm hoping, well, they'll let me in. I've got a passport. But the problem is there's a quarantine if they decide you need to quarantine. But, whether you're fully vaccinated or not, it seems somewhat arbitrary at times. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying it publicly. I love the Canadian border authorities. That's what I meant to say. Oh, and
because they are watching our live stream, of course. You never know.
You better believe it.
Because they heard about that Brent Kerrigan is commentating on the Bonn Capitals.
1-1 is the count. And a big hit into left field, and that looks like it's out of here, and it is. Llewellyn. Solo home run here in the top of the 6th inning to put the Untouchables on the board. Again, that was a no-doubter.
Oh yeah, he's got to be celebrating.
Mm-hmm. He's...
How about we don't show him?
That was on a string.
A bit too great.
One down. That wind is blowing out to left field. I'm not sure the wind did much on that ball. It would have been out regardless. But there really wasn't a lot of doubt. So high pop-up now. That looks to be headed foul. The players come over. And it is. Spectators get out of the way. Jensen grabs that ball, snaps it back into his glove. I'm sure he's not wildly enthusiastic about giving up home runs. As pitches never seem to be. 3-1 is now the score. They hit the Stummel at second base. On to first. Kein Problem. 2 out now. So Byers is down. That'll bring up Bendrian. He's flown out to the same place twice into left field to Wilson Lee, whom, coincidentally, he picked off first base 2 innings ago. Bendrian.
Huh?
Yeah, they look good, but it's a ball. Dortmund beating Solingen 7-5 in their game. Cohen beating Berlin 10-2. Still 8-2 Regensburg. Oh, and a nice catch by Daniel Lamhunt at first base in foul territory to end the inning. Score is 3-1 after that home run by Llewellyn. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Bonn. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to Bonn, where the score is 3-1. Vinny Aaron's at the plate. New pitcher for the Untouchables, and it is Luca Kloppenberg, and he has a 1.0 ERA. He hasn't pitched that much this season. 9 innings. He's given up 2 runs off 7 hits, 13 strikeouts. Now, the line on Seidel, he pitched 58 pitches today, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He pitched 4.2 innings after Duno came out. Duno, of course, was injured when a ball came off his shin, was hit off his shin. So Kloppenberg in now. Vinny looking for his hit, fouls one back. Struggled at the plate a bit. That's sort of the story of my entire baseball career. You could sort of slap that label on all of it. Struggled at the plate and in the field. Aaron's, of course, much better. 2-1 the count here.
Yeah, it would be really good for Vinny if he would hit a ball today, so he's desperate.
Yeah, he struck out in his last at bat. And, well, he did take Duno out of the game. I mean, in his first at bat. He's the one that hit the ball that came off the shin of Duno. Of course,
it was contact, but...
It was contact and double contact in a way. We, of course, hope Duno is fine. That is simply a bruise.
A big bruise.
Yeah, I bet it is a big bruise. You can almost hear that when it went off his shin. Of course, and it's one of the most, I mean, it's not protected at all. Anybody who's been hit on the shin with anything knows what that feels like. 2-2 the count. Nobody out. 3-1 the score. And a high pop-up. Third baseman goes over into foul territory. Camps under it. Oh, and he drops it. It is the sun. The sun is out. I know we were talking about the clouds earlier, but
that was luck for Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny lives again. Yeah, into foul territory. You could tell he was struggling with it a bit. So, players back into position.
Come on, Vinny, that was the turning point.
You can tell the fans want him to get hit, too. They're standing here clapping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And he strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Terrell Joyce. Terrell Joyce hit a home run over the center field fence in his last at bat. Fans cheering for another one. These greedy fans just want one home run after the other, Angela.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them, but...
Yeah, he's sort of a late thought on that one, Max, you're right. And that swing, so 0-1. Kloppenberg delivers high. It doesn't look like he wants to get too close to Joyce after seeing that last home run. Frankly, if I was pitching to Joyce, I would do the same thing. That one's low. Very carefully to Joyce. 2-1 is the count with 1 out. Pitch fouled back. Joyce was on that. I bet he'd like to get that ball back. But the pitch anyway. They'll do it again. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That's 2 strikeouts in a row now for Kloppenberg. And that brings the plate Daniel Lim Hunt. 2 Ks by the K, Kloppenberg.
Wow.
Thanks. Number 15 at the plate, Daniel Lim Hunt. No Ks for him today. He singled in his last at-bat, flew out to the right field in his first at-bat, way back in the second. Here, we're in the bottom of the 6th. Big swing, foul. Looks like they're almost on it, Angela. Once they get that timing down, I think we see some results. Swing and a miss.
He fools them.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't have a high velocity on those pitches. But as I said, once that timing's matched up, I think the results might be a bit different. They're very close. Fans cheering for a hit. And he sends one into right field. If it stays fair, that's going to be something. Right fielder runs over, and that is a foul ball. Ugh, that looked close. Just out of my sight lines almost. But indeed it was foul. So Lam Hunt goes back to home plate, hoping to straighten things out a little bit. (8-4) Regensburg over Heidenheim. That's in the top of the 5th.
So that race is not over yet.
Nope. There's a game there, and a very good game here. And another one shot out to right field. Right fielder goes back and comes in actually a couple steps and grabs it. He's in the shadows and had to come in. And that'll end the inning. 3-1 is the score. We'll be right back on Caps TV.
Yeah, welcome back. Top of the 7th inning. Marcus Jensen still on the mound. And Finn Bergman at the plate. Sees the first strike. Nice pitch here from Marcus Jensen, second strike. And strikes him out with 3 pitches. Of course, Bergman not amused. First out. And the DH comes up, Luca Rammelmann. And another strike, so 4 strikes in a row from Jensen. Fifth.
Not bad. 0-2 the count. What did I miss, Angela?
A strikeout with 3 pitches.
Beautiful.
And let's see what happens here.
Jumper on to shortstop and first. And there. 2 out.
Now, I was thinking before the inning if maybe Jensen is getting tired, but he's still showing a pretty sharp game. So.
Yeah, he doesn't look he's slowing down at all. And with this tight of a game, if you're riding a hot horse, so to speak, you just keep going.
Yeah, and the coaching staff, of course, has always to think there might be a third game, so you have to save pitchers.
Yes, and that's, I think, more true for Bonn, which is why I was a little bit confused as to why Paderborn may have switched their pitchers.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't make it to a third game if you don't have your guy out there.
Actually, I'm wondering because there are not many pitchers left.
High pop-up. Who's going to take that? Looks like
Vinny.
Aaron's. And solid at the plate. Grabs the ball, and that's 3 up and 3 down. We'll be back here in Bonn for the bottom of the 7th right after this. 3-1 Bonn.
So we have...
Well, welcome back to Bonn. 3-1 Bonn. Top of the 7th. You're in the middle of saying something, Angela? Sorry?
Bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th, sorry.
We are here with Wilson Lee.
Yes.
Who has seen an intentional walk is bad.
Yep. And grounded out to shortstop before that. Takes that low. Yeah, we were just talking about we need to get to the souvenir stand before they close down today. And if you're in the stands or you're visiting at any point, make sure you do take a look at some of the stuff on offer. I'm going to Canada, so I want to grab some Bonn Capitals gear and bring it to them. That's very special.
You should go before the game ends because they close it down very early. So.
Indeed, but again, if you're around here, make sure you do visit and grab some things. And under the third baseman's glove, that's a single for Wilson Lee. So he's on to start the bottom of the 7th. There's a couple now that have gone under the glove of the third baseman Byers for Paderborn. Not that they were errors of any kind, it's just hot hits. Just out of reach. That brings up Danny Langhorst. He struck out in his last at-bat, but doubled prior to that. Shows bunt, takes strike.
I mean, he's pretty good at bunting, Danny Langhorst.
It's not the worst idea in the world. You're bottom of the order, and you want to get Lee over as far as you can. So you have Langhorst, Michelli, and Stummel. A couple of hits for each today. Between them, I should say. And then if you can get back to the top of the order with Brank, it's not a bad strategy. Lee takes his lead at first. Obviously, he's going to be shortening that lead a bit after being picked off last time. Chopper down to third. Third baseman is playing in on the bunt. Out to first, double play. So, third baseman, Byers, after he had shown that bunt attempt earlier, was already playing in. Snaps it off to second, then on to first, double play. And that'll bring up Nick Michelli. Michelli singled in his last at-bat. Out on a fielder's choice after that. He sends one into center field. And the center fielder grabs it, and just like that, the inning is done. We go to the top of the 8th here in Bonn. 3-1 is the score. We'll be right back in Caps TV.
So, welcome back. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bonn Capitals. Marcus Jensen off the mound after 7 successful innings with 1 earned run. And we have Maurice Wilhelm on the mound. The veteran, the Bonn veteran, who pitched 19 innings so far this season. With an ERA of 0.95. So, and the batter is the batter is Bjarne Reinhardt, bottom of the lineup. Yeah, Daniel and Pans tried to get this foul ball, but was a little bit too far. Yeah, chopper into the glove of Adi Stommel for the first out. So I'm just checking here on Marcus Jansen. So Marcus Jansen pitched 84 pitches, 1 earned run, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So very successful outing today for Marcus Jansen. Jose Martinez top of the lineup at bat right now, with 1 out and 1 strike.
I see we have a new pitcher, Angela.
Yes, Maurice Wilhelm. I talked already about him.
All right. Jensen obviously had a good day, as I heard you finishing up there with the stats. Into right field. Martinez is on. With 1 out here, 3-1 score. Top of the 8th inning, so an exciting finish to this one can be sure.
Yeah, of course, Paderborn knows, I mean, they have to bring everything into this game now, otherwise they're out.
That's right. And Bonn would like to finish this. They don't wish to play in the rain, one would assume.
Yeah, but the offense of Bonn is a little silent today, so...
I think we thought with Duno leaving that we would see a little more, but that was not the case.
It was low.
Runner at first is Martinez. Cardoso at the plate. .414 average. Struck out in his last at bat. He's 0 for 3 today. Maybe that's what Stammel's going out. Sorry. Ahrens is going out to talk to Wilhelm about.
Yeah, but they are always also, I'm sure, talking about that Cardoso is a home run hitter, so you have to be careful with him.
That's right. They've had some success in this game so far, and Ahrens, with that knowledge of his behind the plate, expressing that, I'm sure. Cardoso grounded out to the shortstop in the first, to the third baseman in the fourth, and struck out in this last at bat in the sixth. Top of the 8th here. Runner takes his lead. That's Martinez. Ahrens looked like he might fire one down to first, catch him napping, but no deal there. Wilhelm sets. Big swing, but as Cardoso watches, looks back at the mound, Wilhelm sort of ignores him. Grabs the ball, goes back to his business. Martinez on first was going nowhere. One would think they want to get him into scoring position with 1 down. Shows bunt. Oh, and they call him strikes out. There was an argument that he
strikes out because it was a second strike only. So.
No, he's going back to the plate. What? So he's not he didn't strike out. There was a foul ball. There was some confusion over what the call.
He had only 1 strike, so he could try a bunt, of course. Not with 2 strikes.
Okay.
So.
Getting caught up in the count. Indeed. Bounces that. It's a ball. That I'm sure of. That's 3-2. So I looked up at the scoreboard and it already had 2 strikes on it, so I assume that was the third. Runner at first is Martinez. Cardoso at the plate for untouchables. Fouls it back. He's right on those pitches. Full count now. 1 out. 3-1 is the score in the top of the 8th inning. Bonn leads. They want to finish things off. Untouchables want to keep things going. It's like a bad relationship. Fans in Bonn here, clapping, urging Wilhelm on. That pitch is inside.
And he gets the walk.
He walks. Cardoso gives Wilhelm a look. I'm not sure what the issue is. A little psychological warfare, perhaps. I don't think Wilhelm seems too concerned about it.
No, it's getting dangerous.
Yeah, 2 on, only 1 out. And you've got the heart of your order. Llewellyn hit a home run in his last at-bat. Martinez is on second. Cardoso's on first. Cardoso yapping it up at first base. Trying to urge his team on. Llewellyn doesn't even think about swinging at that. You want to know is the count? Double play gets them out of this, though. They see something on the ground. High pop-up to first base. Daniel Lamb Hunt almost has to reach over.
Look at Cardoso.
Cardoso, well, he's got to stay on the bag. He's not going anywhere.
No, but he was trying to...
He was trying to be in the way.
Absolutely.
He's got his right to the base, though. He's all right there. So there's 2 out now in the inning, and that'll bring to the plate Christian Byers. No, I don't see any problem with that. So the Martinez still on second. Cardoso's at first base. Byers at the plate. Swing and a miss. He wanted that one bad. Grounded out in his last at-bat. Singled back in the 4th. Grounded out to Vidig at 3rd. In the second inning. 0-1 is the count.
This is an important time of the game.
Indeed. 1-1. Delivery. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So, Wilhelm 1 strike away from getting out of this. Runner at second, Martinez. Cardoso at first for Paderborn. 3-1 is the score. You can hear them yelling their encouragement to each other. And the runners go. That's a ball. That's a double steal on that play. Aarons is probably smart to hold on to that ball. You don't want to risk throwing it away at this point in the game. So the runners both move up. Martinez now at third. Cardoso at second. Yet, it moves them both 90 feet closer. Pitch on the way. Fouled back. 2-2 is the count.
And if you heard somebody yelling, that was Cardoso. Yelling at his hitter.
Yeah, he's trying to get his guys going. He's trying to get them to get their heads into the game. Get some enthusiasm going. Wilhelm wants this guy out. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out, and that'll end the inning. We go.
Very important pitch, I'd say.
Very important pitch. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bonn is still up 3-1. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to Bonn in an exciting game 2 of this series. Bonn's leading 3-1. We're getting to the late stages. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bonn is at bat, and they just got out of a bit of a jam in the last inning with runners at third and second. Wilhelm was on the mound, but he struck out the last batter. Eddie Stummel now at bat for the Capitals. He'll be followed by Eric Brank and Joe Wittig and Vinny Ahrens if we get to him. Kloffenberg still on the mound. Now Stummel grounded out to third base and his single today. I'm sure the fans would love to see a hit from the number 9 guy in the order. And he does. He chops one out to the shortstop. Throws on to first, and he's out. That's one down. 6-3 on that play. And that turns a lineup over to Eric Brank. And Brank hit a home run in his last at-bat. Really nice hit into left field.
But he sees a new pitcher now, so...
Yeah. Fresh meat for Player of the Week. They could use an insurance run, that's for sure, and Bonn could. Fans hungry for another run here. Slim pickings, especially after the last few games. Bonn, especially in the Wild Farmers series, I mean, it was blowout in both games almost. I'd say the second, sure, 10-5. I'd say that's a blowout. Saw 8 runs yesterday from their Capitals. Only 3 today. But we said that going in, it'd be a little tighter. 2-0 is the count now on Brank, pitching him very carefully. Ooh, he was out in front of that one. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind to get that one back, Brank. 2-1 is count. And that's a strike on Brank. That's 2-2 now, even the count. Wind still blowing out. The sun's been out. Better weather than we expected, so that's good news. Fans here enjoying some good weather for a ball game. And a good game at that. Kloppenberg delivers. Off speed. That's a ball. Full count now to Brank. 1 out in the inning. Bonn could use a runner. Bonn could use some runs. A big hit now. Over the third baseman's glove. Into the corner. Brank rounds first. Goes into second with a double.
Yep.
That was
Eric
another
Brank
nice
is
hit.
hot in the playoffs.
He really is. There's no way the third baseman was getting that one. And it's also very nice to see that sneaking into the corner where he legs out a double. And that'll bring to the plate Joe Wittig. Wittig flew out in foul territory to the third baseman, grounded into a double play in the third, had a single in the first. Wouldn't mind to see a little more of Wittig's bat.
Yeah, it's time for another single or so.
Yeah, he's due. 405 is average on the season. 15 hits, 12 RBIs. What do you say, Joe? Number 13 today? Umpire grabs his mask, settles back in. That's Kevin Musers behind the plate, doing the honors of calling the balls and strikes. Fairly consistent game today, I'd say. Brank takes his lead at second. Wittig at the plate. Kloppenberg on the mound. 1 out. And the catcher, it bounces off Bendrian. His glove goes to the backstop.
I think it was on his helmet.
Yeah, it was off his helmet or his glove. And he's complaining about something. I'm not sure what you complain about on that, but he's complaining. On third base is Brank.
I don't know what he has to discuss. It was a bad throw.
Yeah, it's maybe a bad case of embarrassment. Coach comes out, not hurrying. Yeah, there was nothing questionable about that at all. And now Bendrian, despite it being a pass ball, pointing at his pitcher as if it was his fault, perhaps yelling some encouragement, not sure. Give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, I'd say it's a bad case of embarrassment. Coach still out there talking to the umpire. Nothing heated. So, pleasantries exchanged. We go back to the ball game. It's still Wittig at the plate. And the count is 1-0 with 1 out. The umpire explaining for perhaps the 4th or 5th time that was a passed ball. Gives Bendrian a pat on the back and says, maybe next time, son. 1-0 the count, 1 out. Big hit into right field. It's going back. Back. It's gone. Home run. And a big home run by Joe Wittig. Those are the insurance runs we were looking for. That's the hit that was due to Joe. And the score is 5-1 for Bonn. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Joe Wittig comes up big for the Bonn Capitals.
So he had a home run last weekend, his first one for the Capitals, and he thought playoffs are a good time for home runs.
Well, it's
so
certainly a good time for one in this game.
Yeah.
That's some insurance.
Absolutely true.
5-1 now for Bonn, and couldn't have come at a better time for the Caps. So that'll end.
The day for Kloppenburg.
Yeah, he's heading for the showers. And his teammates come out and give him a hand. That's nice to see. So we're going to take a little break as they exchange pitchers here in Bonn. We'll come back with who that is and a bit of their stats and to talk a little bit more about that great home run we just saw by Joe Wittig. But for now, it's 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning. Welcome back to Bonn. 5-1 is the score after that great home run by Joe Wittig over the right field fence. That was a no-doubter. That went into the trees. So Vinny Aarons now is the batter.
And we wish him luck.
Again. Yes, 1 out. So and that's foul down the first baseline.
That was close.
It was close. So Benjamin Decky is the new pitcher for the Untouchables. He's got a 6.0 ERA, 0 wins, 1 loss, 8 strikeouts on the season. He's pitched about 9 innings. So we've seen a series of pitchers from the Untouchables. Zaki delivers. That's a strike. So after that passed ball on Bendrian that got Brank to third base, Vidig sends one into the foliage in right field to make it 5-1. By the way, Heidenheim still trailing 8-4 in the bottom of the 6th against Regensburg.
That might become a long evening for them, because then they have to play a 5th game.
And a hit by Ahrens. Oh, and snagged by the second baseman on to first. Vinny can't buy hits.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's putting the bat on the ball.
I mean,
He'll
if he
get
would
one.
have one hit, everything would go again, so.
It's just the way baseball goes, and he'll get his. He's a great hitter. 2 out now in the bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Bonn. That'll bring Terrell Joyce to the plate. You watch videos, he'll be wearing different kind of socks next game.
Yeah,
anything
probably.
Because baseball players aren't superstitious at all. Rubbing his bat with some herbs. Swing and a miss by Joyce. 1-1 is the count. Tight one between Colin and Berlin today. 15-2. Colin's up on Flamingos. Little breaking news there. Ooh, that was a little inside.
Fancy move.
Yeah. Very fancy move. I go to sleep at night with a cowbell in my brain. Kind of goes all game. 2-1 is the count. 2 out. Fouled back. Is a cowbell, they use that in football as well here in Germany?
No, they don't.
I see.
They have, what do they have? I don't know.
Hey, what happened to the drum guy? We had the
drums.
We are not allowed to use drums here.
Oh, we're not allowed to use drums.
Yeah, the city of Bonn has forbidden it.
This is great news, actually. What can they do about cowbells? I don't mind the cowbell. I'm just
It
giving
depends
them a
on
hard
the
time.
neighbors.
Yes,
Brent is the neighbor.
I'm the neighbor. Newsflash. Strike 3 called on Joyce, and that'll end the inning, but not before. Vidig sends Bonn 2 more runs via right field fence. 5-1 now as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Paderborn's last gasp. We'll be right back here on Caps TV.
because I want, we are in the 9th inning and it might be the last half inning. So this is the reason why I want to talk again about how does it go on. If the Capitals win this game, they are in the finals. But we don't know when our home games will be. This depends on the opponent. To make it easy, if the opponent is Heidenheim, then next weekend we play in Heidenheim 2 games, and in 2 weeks the 3, 4, 5 games in Bonn. If it's Regensburg, we play first at home next weekend, 2 games, and then up to 3 games in Regensburg. So follow up on Regensburg and Heidenheim. It looks like they are going into a 5th game, but this is how it depends on are we playing at home first or.
Yeah, indeed. It's tight there, and we see a single right off the top by Maurice Bendrian here. So, Untouchables, not dead yet. Finn Bergman struck out twice and flew out to the first baseman is up.
Unsere Kamera ist schon wieder verrutscht.
Mars Wilhelm still on the mound for Bonn. 1-0 is the count on him. One was, you'd have to think that Bendrian, the umpire says that hit the batter. To me, that looked like it went off the end of the bat.
No, obviously it was a shoulder or the hand or whatever.
Looked and sounded like the bat to me. And there's Schmidt's coming out to talk. Max Schmidt coming out to talk to the umpire, but there's not much. There's not going to change his mind on that. So, just like that, runners on first and second. Bendrian on second, Bergman on first. Rammelman. The only good news for Bonn, I suppose, in all of this is that we are approaching the bottom of the order for the Untouchables, but bottom of the order has produced a bit more today than yesterday. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Bendrian at second. Bergman on first after being hit by a pitch. One would think there have to be some action on the bases. I mean, they need 4 runs. Oh, and a big hit into center left, and that ball is gone. Wow. That changes the nature of things.
So good that we had some insurance runs.
Joe Vittig paid the insurance bill last inning, and it's a good thing he did, indeed, Angela, because we have got a much closer game now as Wilhelm gives up a home run to Rammelman. Score is 5-4. They're only 1 behind. Ooh, the plot thickens here in Bonn. That quiets the Bonn crowd down a little bit.
And Maurice Wilhelm leaves the mound.
Yeah, that's it for Wilhelm. He never looked too sharp today.
Here comes Semi Steigert.
Yeah, Semi Steigert. And he pitched yesterday.
No, it's Nick Michelli.
Sorry, Nick Michelli, yeah. Nick Michelli comes in. We'll give him some time to warm up, and we'll be right back here in Bonn, where do stay tuned. It's only 1 run difference. Nobody out here in the 9th. So welcome back to this exciting game here in Bonn. 5-4 is the score. Paderborn has just hit 3-run home run.
Is that a pinch hitter?
Daniel Hinz.
Yeah.
Daniel Hintz is the batter now in place of Ian Eberhardt.
Daniel Hinz is a very good hitter, so.
Yeah. Only 1 run separating the two teams now. Bonn was up 5-1 after that home run by Wittig last inning. Paderborn has narrowed that to 5-4, and there's nobody out. Daniel Hintz at the plate. Strike called. 1-1. Hintz, 379 batting average on the season with 11 hits, 4 RBIs. Swing and a miss. That's a nice pitch by Michelli. Michelli on the hill. Now for Bonn, he's pitched 7 innings this season. 3.86 ERA.
Yeah, but only in his first game he was not that good, but afterwards he was pretty good as a closer. So.
Well, they need everything he's got now. They need to run a tight ship from here on in. And that's not going to work for them, but that's a single up the middle now for Hintz. Paderborn lives.
Yeah.
Now, due up was Reinhardt, beyond Reinhardt.
Pinch runner.
Yeah, pinch runner now for Hintz. Not. Yeah, so Hintz is out of the game.
Number?
He's number 30.
30. We don't have him.
No, but I have him. Herwig. I think Florian Herwig.
So 5-4 the score. Nobody out. Paderborn has a runner at first base. They've already hit a 3-run home run in this inning. And that was by Ramelman. Nick Michelli on the hill. A ground ball would help greatly with matters right now. Number 39 at the plate, beyond Reinhardt. He got a single in the first inning. Or sorry, the 5th. And hit up the line. Throw on to first. He's out. They snag him at first base just in time. And the Paderborn Untouchables going a bit crazy in the dugout. The umpire comes out to tell them to maybe pipe it down a bit. It was a very close play at first base, but he was out. So that's 1 down. Now the runner moves up to second base for Paderborn. Kevin Muser, the umpire behind the plate, immediately came over to the Untouchables dugout and told them to keep it down. Now, that flips the order over.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's Martinez, who has been very successful against the Capitals in the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, Martinez singled in his last at bat. Michelli on the mound. Michelli versus Martinez. Always the count. 1 happening at second, despite look back. Oh, 1 count on Martinez. Swing and a miss. I heard a bit of a tick on that. I think he got a little piece of that. 0-2 is the count now. So Martinez is 1 for 4 today. Struck out once, grounded out to third, and flew out to first baseman. Michelli shakes off the catcher Aarons. Third time he shakes him off. Martinez calls time. I don't know how many pitches he has, shaking him off 3 times. He even shook off the ones he didn't have. Anyway, Michelli sets. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a hard hit into the right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is
gone.
Gone. That's a home run by Paderborn. Martinez hits it out. That's a 2-run home run to put up the Untouchables by a score of 6-5. Talk about drama in the 9th inning.
Yeah, absolutely.
They come back.
But actually, this is similar to what they have done in the
Yeah.
in the regular season. In the last inning, they came up.
So a key 2-run home run by Jose Martinez in the top of the 9th inning to put Paderborn out in front, 6-5. That brings to the plate Marco Cardoso, who walked in his last at-bat. Michelli delivers inside. Umpire takes a little time. Talks to the players. There's an inside pitch. Cardoso is one for looking back at the pitcher, so I'm not sure it was about that at all. Regardless, it is 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Another inside pitch by Michelli to Cardoso. (2-0). Michelli bounces one in. 3-0. Cardoso, you can tell he likes playing the mind games with the pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I mean, they're up now, so.
Yep, maybe it works. And a strike. Well, it looked to be a strike, but it was called a ball. Cardoso stands at the plate, does his little looky thing. Ignored by Michelli, and he goes first. 1 out. Phildrick Llewellyn comes to the plate. He had a home run back in the 6th. One on, 1 out. 5 runs scored here by Paderborn in the top of the 9th inning. They were down, remember, 5-1 as we entered.
Actually, the Bonn relief pitchers are not very lucky today.
Lucky,
normally
lucky is one way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, normally if you bring Maurice Willem in the 8th inning, I mean, it should be fine, so.
Bonn, this could... They're in it tight now. Big swing by Llewellyn. Lots of chatter from the Untouchables bench. Cardoso takes his lead at first. And a strike called. Michelli could use that one and does. It's 1-2. Bonn hoping for a ground ball to get them out of this inning. Llewellyn steps out. Cardoso takes his lead. Looks like and he is going. Throw down to second base. He's safe, says the umpire. Close play at second base. Looks like he may have gotten him, but the umpire is right on top of that one. It's pretty clear right from the start that Cardoso was going. It was only a matter of when. He got a very good jump. Stummel's... Vinny Aaron's throw was right on the mark, and Stummel was on target. Just that Cardoso did get a very good lead. So he's at second base.
He's yelling again.
And a little looper into right field, but Lankhorst is there. Tagging is Cardoso. The throw on to third base. He is safe. He makes it into third base.
But great throw, so.
Yeah, it was a very good throw by Lankhorst.
Lankhorst.
Yeah, Lankhorst in right field. I mean, it was on the mark again, but Cardoso's got some speed. Two out now. 6-5. This is the first time that the Untouchables have led in this game.
And yesterday's.
And yesterday's game. Swing and a miss. 0-1's the count. And the pitch, fly ball into center field. Jensen comes in, he dives, and he makes the catch. A beautiful catch in center field.
Terrell Joyce.
Terrell Joyce, very nicely done. But, 5 runs scored by the Untouchables here in the top of the ninth, and we go to the bottom of the ninth, and they lead 6-5. We'll be right back on Caps TV. Welcome back to Bonn, where the score is 6-5. The Untouchables are ahead after scoring 5 runs in the top of the ninth inning. Bonn Capitals, if they want to end this series, they have to do it now in this half inning. They've got some good players who can do it. Lamb Hunt's up first, Wilson Lee to follow, and then Danny Lankhorst. Michelli and Stummel, if we can get to them after that. Daniel Lamb Hunt has had a single back in the fourth, but has flown out twice to right field as well. So he's 1 for 3 today. Lamb Hunt, one of the better players on the Bonn, on a hot hitting Bonn team. And that comes in for a strike.
That was inside, definitely.
The opinion up here is that
we
may have
a
been
very
inside.
good look up here, so.
In any case, 0-1 is the count.
This time he gives it a ball, so
yeah,
same spot.
He may have been making up for that last one. 1-1 is the count, but because you're right, that was actually a better pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 is the count. Daniel Lamb Hunt trying to end the game with one swing.
He can't end it.
Sorry, to tie the game with one swing, of course. Counting my chickens before they hatch. The crowd getting behind Lamb Hunt. And a chopper foul. 1-2 is the count. Exciting times. Now, if the score remains the way it is, we'll be going to a second game today.
Yes, we do.
When will that start, Angela, if we do that?
A half an hour after this one.
All right. So do stay tuned if that's the case. Of course, Bonn wants to end this and end the series. Daniel Lamb Hunt is at the plate to do that job. 1-2 is the count. Or at least help them along that path. Big swing and a chopper foul. Lamb Hunt goes back to the plate. 1-2 the count.
I think the catcher just told the pitcher, stay inside. You know, it's much. I mean, it's not that easy for Daniel Hunt to swing if the pitches are inside. So.
Mm-hmm. Pitcher's got a perfect placement in that case. You put the leadoff player on, you hit him, you get 2 inside, and you've got that's a different kettle of fish. That is inside, as you said, Angela. Nice eye on that. Count is 2-2. I don't think he necessarily wants to walk or get to first base that way. I think Daniel Lamb Hunt's capable of a lot with his bat. And third base, that's a fair ball. Bounces into the first. Is it in time? No! Daniel Lamb Hunt is on. Tough play for the third baseman. Bounced it into first base, and the Caps are alive here on the top of the bottom of the ninth here in Bonn. And that'll bring up Wilson Lee. So, Angela, do you send Lamb Hunt?
No, definitely not.
Not with Wilson Lee
you
at the plate.
are hoping for a home run of Wilson. This is what they are hoping for. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, now
or a triple or something like that to even the game.
Yeah, exactly. So you got Lee coming up. At the plate now, and then Lankhorst and Michelli,
No, they have
bottom
a
of the
pinch
order.
hitter already. Lankhorst is not coming up.
Okay.
It's Recchi coming up then.
So Justice Recchi looks like he'll be hitting for Lankhorst when he comes up. But right now it's Lee. Takes a ball, 1-0. And the pitch is a strike to Lee, 1-1.
It was a good pitch to hit.
Mm-hmm. Regensburg up on Heidenheim, 11-6 in that other game that's taking place in the 7th inning. So both games, a little bit of drama. But right here, 1-1, nobody out. 6-5 is the score for the Untouchables. Bottom of the ninth. Pitch, high. 2-1. Fans standing here in Bonn. Zaki, the pitcher, sets. 2-1 delivery. Broken bat up the middle, caught by the second baseman, but Lamb Hunt gets back to first. Now,
too bad.
Let's blame the bat on that one,
Broken bat,
because
yeah.
he would have gotten the wood on that with a better piece of wood. I think it would have went farther. In any case, 1 out. Justice Recchi is in the game. He's wearing number 13, and he takes the place of Danny Lankhorst. That was an unfortunate turn of events for Wilson Lee.
Lass dich von dem Look, this is what Ben Green does. You know, he tries to make the hitter nervous. He was just talking on him, you know. I mean, this is not sportsmanlike.
Well, I just think of the pass ball that went off his helmet. Not to put too fine of a point on that, but I'd say that was something to talk about. Justice Recchi at the plate. 1 out. Runner on first base is Lamb Hunt. And a big hit into center field by Recchi. And Lamb Hunt rounds second. He goes into third. He slides. He's safe, and the pitch goes by him. But he stays at third. Recchi gets a key double here in the bottom of the ninth inning. And Bonn, the Caps, have runners on second and third with 1 out. Talk about a nail-biter of a finish.
Absolutely. So let's see, Nick, what you can do.
Now, when a coach thinks of substituting a player, he thinks of that result right there, where Recchi comes in and he immediately hits a double.
And he only does not stop. We have Michelli now, and then comes Anthony Klinsing.
And Klinsing.
So as the next pinch hitter.
For Stummel, yeah.
For Stummel.
So let's...
So an intentional walk here.
Intentional walk to Michelli to load the bases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and if you're Klinsing... Yeah. So,
Yeah, but here my
Lamb Hunt on third. Recchi on second. Michelli on first. Bases are loaded. 1 out. 6-5 the score. Bottom of the 9th inning. Klinsing wearing number 1 at the plate. This is the at-bat of the game.
This is baseball.
Indeed. Coach comes out, gives the pitcher, Taki, some encouragement. Klinsing. I'm sure he's got a few butterflies.
He's young. He's 20 years old. So
there you go.
But he's a good hitter. So if he's showing what he can do, then that should be a hit.
So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Only 1 out. Bases are loaded. Intentional walk to get to Klinsing. Let's see how he responds. Paderborn hoping for a ball on the ground. Bonn hoping for a ball through. A swing and a foul back. 0-1 is the count.
I mean, even a sac fly would do it for now.
That's right. As long as you get something deep.
Yeah.
That's why you see those outfielders playing in. They got to make that throw home to avoid a tie game. So Klinsing has got to get one to the outfield at least. 0-1 pitch now by Taki. Swing high. Is that going to go foul? It is.
It's foul.
0-2 is the count.
That was close.
0-2 is the count. 1 out. 6-5. Bases loaded for Bonn. Klinsing's taken 2 cuts. Both have gone foul. Taki on the mound. Just got to get one to the outfield. Cowbell working overtime here in Bonn. The pitch. And it's low. 1-2. Baseball's an interesting game.
It is.
There's a lot of back and forth, and then it comes together in key moments just like this. All players on their toes right now. If Bonn can come back, they win the series. But they need Klinsing to come through here. The pitch. And a ground ball to the second baseman. He throws on to second for 1. On to first base, is it in time? He's out, and the Paderborn Untouchables get the double play and win the game. That was a close play at first base. And
very close, so.
And out goes.
And Max Schmitz is not happy with that.
Out goes Max Schmitz to go out and talk to the umpire about that. Klinsing not happy. Schmitz is on the umpire at the moment talking about that. The Paderborn Untouchables are celebrating. Final score, Angela, here in Bonn
is 6-5 for the Untouchables with 5 runs in the 9th inning. And bases loaded and a double play. I mean, this is not how you want to end it. That's for sure. Of course, Klinsing was not happy with the call on first base, you know. So
it is what it is. They're not going to change it now.
So yeah, whatever happens in about half an hour, there will be a 3rd game in this series.
Indeed.
So and of course you will see it on a live stream. There will be a new link for the live stream. Just go on YouTube or go on our website where there is a button, a banner where you can click on. So we will broadcast a 3rd game and let's see what happens.
It should be exciting. We'll talk to you later on behalf of Angela Beckman and Max Paulus and Fabian Seising. Thank you very much for joining us today. Your final score is 6-5 here in Bonn.